Fither.
Yes.
Fither, it's been so long since we did this.
Yes.
The entire power scaling community has completely changed.
Yeah, it's been like, what, 3 years? So the entire landscape of power scaling has been changed completely. The characters we previously thought were the most strongest, we learned are actually quite weak in comparison.
Yeah, power creep is a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, games got sequels. Like, Rance 10 actually came out, and we found out, like, Demon King Rance is weaker than expected.
Oh, no.
So, like, we had to, like, we gotta do what's right.
So, of course, we got together with the assistance of Mr. Meti, not the bad guy, and our friend Caswell, and we figured out who the current strongest fictional characters are, and compiled them all into this nice list here.
We're starting off, as you do, at the bottom tier of F tier. Here we have technically 4 characters, and one of them is a Omnifusion. But let's start out with the most simple one here. Honey Pop is now a Planet Buster series, and busting a planet's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some pretty tough guys in the day, but, like, I've never seen someone bust a planet before.
I have not either. I've never encountered anybody in my life who could blow up a planet.
Not even in, like, fiction. I've never seen it done.
Either. It's
like,
unheard of.
People say that, oh yeah, I can destroy a planet with a hit. But how often have you seen, like, a planet be destroyed? That's why the Nymphogen are an F tier. Both of them together, because they require both of their power. And the fact that it requires both of their power to do that is a bit worrying. They need to, like, wait, like, a bajillion years. So that's why they're an F.
Yeah, it's definitely a big drawback of theirs, is that their recharge time is so long.
We also have one of the strongest stands in JoJo, Red Experience Requiem. Well, what makes this low power level series like JoJo manage to achieve F tier?
Right. So as I'm sure we all know, the original Gold Experience Requiem has he has this shitty ability where he can, like, nullify anything and kill anybody forever. Some baby level shit. But Red Experience Requiem is even stronger. We first see Red Experience Requiem in the novel Red Experience Haze Feedback. And whereas the Gold Experience Requiem can make anything not happen, he can make nothing happen all the time.
Yeah.
And make you alive forever. He's kind of like the inverse of Gold Experience Requiem, which makes him actually useful in combat.
Yeah. And it's a much easier to understand. Like, I had trouble, like, putting together what something not happening even looks like, but nothing happening, I can totally perceive that. So, by nature of me being able to comprehend what's going on, I think we can quantify that power.
Definitely, yeah.
And lastly, we have the Omega fusion for Dragon Ball Super, the Evil Saiyan Burga. Burga is a powerful fusion Saiyan from West Galaxy's hyperbolic pressure cooker. He's a 36-way fusion using every conceivable fusion method seen in Dragon Ball. We see some, Dragon Ball power fusions, they're multiplicative. So, like, if you multiplied any number, like, 36 times by, like, a different number, you get a pretty big number.
You'll end up with a number that's bigger than the first number, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, him starting off at, like, Super Saiyan God level, he's gotta have, like, a number larger than 36, I gotta say.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. And he's part Kai and part Namekian, so his regeneration's gonna be very big. He's getting very hard to get rid of. I don't know how many Namekians he's got in him. Last I checked, it was 10. But, like, Dragon Ball Super is still coming out. So I'm sure that, like, he wished for, like, another Namekian to fuse with.
That's one way to cheat the system. Just, like, every time the Namekian Dragon Balls are available, they're like, make us a new dude to fuse with.
That's how they reproduce.
Yeah.
Like, not the egg thing, it's... They got it.
They just make a new guy.
Yeah. We're starting it's a pretty basic tier to start off with.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have nothing happening. You have the multiplicative, like squared Saiyan, Burga, and you have the Nymphogen. Very powerful, but like this is just F tier compared to what's above.
Yeah, these are the weakest of the strongest.
In E tier, we have the extremely rare Yu-Gi-Oh card, Double Donkey. You see, Double Donkey has an effect where if you have 2 double donkeys on the field, regardless of position in any column, next up we have Big Luigi.
God, he's large.
Yeah, like I have not. I think he's probably one of the biggest things on this tier list, with the exception of someone you'll see a bit further.
He's at
up.
least in second place. Yeah.
Yeah, second place in terms of like just size, and like if you see like 2 people of different heights going at it, like you usually put your money on the bigger one, because like how's that small guy gonna go up against that really big guy?
Yeah, I mean maybe he has the advantage in speed, but no, Luigi's just a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, he did survive the March 31st apocalypse that wiped out the entire Mario franchise overnight. So that is surviving his own series destruction. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, his prodigious girth kept him safe.
Yeah, I feel like he's I feel like he could like roll over.
Yeah, he could sit on Burger. What's he gonna do about it?
Yeah, he there's no way he can lift all that Luigi. And last we have Evilite Cosma. Now the Evilite item in Pokemon will double the defensive stats of the Pokemon equipped with it. Cosma being a base form evolution, he can take full advantage of this, and I think that a lot of people are sleeping on that. Like combined with Cosma's high luck stat, I don't think he's gonna. I think he might be one of the most durable competitors on this list.
Yeah, definitely. He is about to tear up competitive Pokemon, and y'all aren't ready for it.
I recommend going for a speed nature for him, like plus speed minus special attack for him, because you're definitely going to want to use him for a bunch of like support moves. He's not so much here for his own power so much as he is for what he can do for those around him.
Yeah, I mean, if he worked together with those 2 donkeys, like dog, that's a powerhouse.
Moving up to D tier.
Yes.
We got Light and Darkness Chaz. Now tell me about Light and Darkness Chaz.
Yeah, sure. So I'm sure we all remember from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX episode, I believe it was 714.
Where
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Chaz
GX
incorporates... is really long that way.
Yeah. Where Chaz incorporates the Light and Darkness Dragon into his very being. And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX changes from like, card game show to just like a pure shonen, like action anime. It's kind of weird. And Chaz, of course, sets himself up as the first major antagonist of the Light and Darkness Chaz arc.
The weird thing is that they don't really defeat him. He just decides that he's done being the villain.
Yeah.
Very nice of him. Because he didn't need to...
Give some other villains some screen time.
Now, Light and Darkness Chaz, he does... Because he's not bound by the rules of the card game, he doesn't really have attack points, so that negation effect that Light and Darkness Dragon has going on, he can just do that forever.
Yeah,
and like
anything.
It's better than Gold Experience Requiem because like he's also got some dragon in him.
Yeah, and dragons are cool.
Yeah, like dragons are very cool, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh! So he has access to all the dragon support, and Gold Experience Requiem didn't have that. He's really here mostly off of dragon support.
Yeah, without the how popular dragons are, he would probably be maybe an E tier. I'd see him being able to compete with Fat Luigi, but it's that dragon consistency that really brings him up.
Next up, we have TikTok Nico. While other characters on this list are kind of hit or miss, TikTok Nico never misses.
Yeah.
And when you get down to like this questions of like accuracy and negation, consistency means a whole lot. And TikTok Nico will consistently perform at a D tier level. It's impossible to move her any higher or any lower.
Yeah.
And rounding out D tier, we got the Cosmic Demi-Fiend.
Yes, of course. So, as we all know, in the Nocturne HD remaster, they added a new reason called the Galaxy reason, where Demi-Fiend just wants to be like the final episode of Gurren Lagann and just become galaxy size. Like, that's actually to scale the galaxy. He's actually that big. And he kind of just, like, steps on Kagutsuchi and beats him.
Yeah, because he's galactic sized, and
Yep.
he's kind of got infinite power, but also demon power. So he's rocking with like a lot going on here.
He's very dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you will need to He's a bit low here because getting that new reason does require getting like the special edition of the game. So it's debatable whether or not it's canon. And rather than like putting it where he would be if that were canon, we had to dock points for it being non-canon.
Yeah.
You count all non-canon feats at like half.
Yeah, basically. That's why Dragon Ball GT is scaled so low.
In starting off with C tier, we have Kirby, parentheses, Joseph Joestar absorbed. Now, a lot of people really like to talk up Kirby because he has like a infinite stomach and can swallow anything. But what a lot of people don't realize about Kirby is like Kirby is described as being like less than a quarter in size somewhere. But if Kirby absorbed Joseph Joestar, then we can scale Kirby's size to Joseph Joestar.
Yeah.
And once you increase like Kirby's size from like the size of a dime to the size of like a Joseph Joestar, then you really start to see it. Like it's like thinking of like you know how an ant can carry like many times its own size, but it's the size of an ant. It's like that, but for Kirby. He's as strong as an ant if an ant were like Joseph Joestar size.
Yeah, so now he can lift the whole multiverse. Just easy. And also absorbing Joseph gives him a foxy grandpa-like attitude. Which is just very entertaining.
Like I would watch another season of Kirby Right Back at Ya if Kirby absorbed Joseph Joestar in the first episode of the season and just never gave up that power. Why'd you bring this villain on here?
Right. So here we have the Cheeto Man, one of the most despicable, evil characters ever written. I don't want to give too much of it away because it is Tails Gets Trolled spoilers. But he's a pretty bad dude.
Yeah, I don't like talking about him either, and like it's really something you gotta experience for yourself.
Yeah.
But like to put things in perspective, Batman is far beneath the Cheeto Man.
And that's a Batman with infinite prep time. And he could never do anything against the Cheeto Man.
Yeah, with all the prep time in the world, he could not prepare for the Cheeto Man. And like Batman with prep time, like we can't count, we don't count prep time in this.
Yeah.
Because like you don't always have the time for it. As they say, ain't nobody got time for that. So we can't count any character that needs like, listen, if I had like 24, no, you need to be ready right now. And lastly, we have Takuto Maruki from Persona 5 Royals.
Yes. So of course I had to go with his official art. Big fan of this art. Yeah, Maruki is just a very powerful character. He has Kyoku Suigetsu, which allows him to put anybody under a perfect hypnosis. He's the master of like basically every Kido. He's one of the strongest Shinigami in the Soul Society. After he merged with the Hogyoku, he was like probably the most powerful thing like that existed at that moment in time. And he's just a very, very strong character in Bleach. I mean Persona.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think that Joker beat him at the end of Persona 5 Royal. Like, I think it was just a sequel hook for, like, Persona 5 Royal Dash 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's gonna have, like, Ichinose and Sophia and Zenkichi in it. And we actually have a preview of that, but we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Starting off B tier, we have pro-choice, parentheses, my choice, Virgil from the reboot of Devil May Cry. You see, pro-choice, my choice Virgil, he is, you know, like all those questions of, oh, why didn't he just go back in time to when he was a baby and shoot the baby?
Yeah.
That is the essence of this Virgil. He's the only one who can think to do that and can do it without like any weird repercussions. It doesn't matter when. Like if he's shooting a baby, that is a dead baby right there.
Yeah, that's what makes him like a tier above a lot of these other guys, is the ability to just kill them in the past when they're babies. Like, what's Burger gonna do when fucking Abortion Virgil shoots him as a baby in the past? Like, he's not fused with anybody. He's not a Super Saiyan God. He is a babby.
Yeah, he's got a power level of like 2.
Yeah.
Back then. It's something that you really gotta like think about, like anti-paradox kind of stuff. And that's something that you get into when you start getting into like time characters in this.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they have paradox protection. Next up, we have Chaos Tomo. Now, in the PC port of Kingdom Hearts, I know this just recently dropped, but like I already went in data mined it like I did with Honey Pop 2. And there is a new sequence in which Chaos Tomo takes all the Keyblades and just like throws them to the wind. Like just this being of pure control and chaos, able to prevent them from like regaining their Keyblades with their like Keyblade wielder magics. She controls uncertainty, that Tomo.
Yeah, even Lucifer at one point was like, "Whoa, hang on, this is a little bit too much." So
yeah,
Chaos Tomo is a crazy person.
Yeah, like once Lucifer is all like, "Hold on, wait, I don't know where we're going with this," and Tomo just laughed and bopped him on the head. That's when we knew we had like a real chaos hero over here. And then she fused with Bugaboo, which I think helped her. I want to say it helped her.
It definitely didn't make her any weaker.
Yeah. Next up, we have Elemental Hero Clayman with the Mud Max. Looking over this list, no one in any of the lower tiers can drive.
This is true.
Like, if any of them need to get somewhere, they need to walk. But Clayman here has his driver's license, and he has
wheels.
He's got wheels. And when it comes to like big versus battles, showing up on time, punctuality is a big deal.
Yeah. And
if you can't show up on time, then you're going to be disqualified. So by nature of attendance, Clayman makes it to B tier.
Yeah, some of these characters struggle to get to where they need to go. Like Light and Darkness Chaz probably doesn't have, a method of transportation. Fat Luigi is too fat to fit in a car. So some of these guys, they might show up an hour late, and they're disqualified. Yeah.
In A tier, we have Untranquil Osaka. Now tell me about Untranquil Osaka.
Yeah, Untranquil Osaka is, So Osaka normally exists in a state that's kind of similar to Ultra Instinct. Just a fully autonomous, no thinking, just doing state of mind. But when Osaka sometimes perceives the horror that is consciousness, she enters this state and becomes extremely dangerous.
Like, I think she scales to the cat that bites Miss Sakaki.
Mm-hmm.
And that cat, like, you can't see it because, Osaka being here kind of disqualifies it. But if Osaka was not untranquil, you would be seeing that cat in this place.
Yeah.
She's also able to survive a ride with Miss Yukari. And again, transportation, very important part of this.
Yeah, huge deal.
Next up, we have the Joker. Can you tell me which Joker this is?
Yeah, sure. This is Joker from the 2019 Joker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the recent Snyder cut?
No.
League? Okay.
No, this is the good Joker.
Okay, tell me what makes this Joker so powerful.
Yeah, sure. So this is without a doubt the most powerful and dangerous form of the Joker. As we all know, the Joker 2019, one of the deepest films ever made me have a big think. And the ability to activate think is an extremely powerful thing. Because, some of these characters don't really think so good. Like, Chaos Tomo probably doesn't think about a whole lot. Light and Darkness Chaz is overtaken by the chaos within him. So the ability to just like say, "Oh, fuck you, motherfucker!" Oh! and have somebody, activate their brains is very powerful and very disruptive.
Mm-hmm. They try to call back to this in the recent Justice League Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
You might have missed it because they mostly just used it in the trailer. But if you paid attention during it, you'd remember when the Joker says, "Oh, Batman, the anti-life control! It's in my asshole! It's in my asshole!" So, they're aware of the impact of this Joker.
Mm-hmm.
They had to keep it back because they wanted to build up Darkseid. And if they just had this big thinker from a society show up, it would have completely undermined it. So next up we have Yukari with the Lance of Longinus. Now it doesn't look like she's holding it.
It is floating.
Now I'm not the most knowledgeable on Girls in Panzer.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to tell me.
Yeah, sure. So Yukari attains this in Girls on Panzer Das Finale Part 2, which is the most recent Girls on Panzer thing. So what happens is two extraterrestrial beings called Lilith and Adam both end up on the Earth, which is something that's not supposed to happen. And a Lance of Longinus came with each one in case this thing happened. So it impaled one of them, and Yukari went and grabbed the other one for no particular good reason. But now she has it, and it's causing problems.
Yeah. And, causing problems, this is what put Tomo on in the B tier.
Yeah.
And Yukari's just a bit more, stable, I'd say, than a Tomo. Is a bit more intent.
Yeah, whereas Tomo is more of a chaotic evil type, Yukari's more kind of chaotic neutral with her use of the fucking Lance of Longinus.
Yeah, and, the closer you are to, neutrality, the more dangerous you are.
Yeah.
In S tier, we have, this is a bit of a spoiler for Persona 5 Royals 2, but Zenkichi Youth Restored.
Yes. So, as we all remember, one of the most major plot elements of Strikers is Zenkichi trying to get his youth back with the Dragon Balls. Obviously, that's why they were doing the cross-country road trip, is to try to find the Dragon Balls. And they assume that they're going to use it to stop the jails, right? But then Zenkichi swoops in and is like, "Restore my youth!" And Shenron is like, "Urgh." And then Zenkichi gets his youth back and is far more powerful.
Yeah. What we see, Zenkichi is already an unkillable powerhouse in Persona 5 Strikers. Able to go toe-to-toe with Yaldabaoth, as well as the secret boss battle against Lavenza 2 and Maruki.
Mm-hmm.
And with his youth restored, his power goes up way exponential. He's going to be we're going to see, the full extent of his power in Persona 5 Royals 2. But from what we've seen from the post-credit scene in Persona 5 Strikers, he's already got a lot going on. I think they're going to need to work with Emma or something to do this going forward. But Emma's probably not going to do much to contain him. So it's not even like he's causing problems. He's not an evil force.
Yeah, he's kind of just there.
Yeah. And occupying the remaining 3 slots of S tier is Wide Duke Nukem. Now, I alluded to this earlier in the tier list with talking about Luigi's size. Well, Wide Duke Nukem takes up 3 slots because of his wideness.
He is very wide.
Now, a lot of characters in fiction, you might see the occasional scene, something where they do something that's just taken straight from a piece of media, and then you look at it and you're like, I know what that is. I clapped when I saw it. Well, Wide Duke Nukem is the essence of I clapped when I saw it.
Yeah.
He has access to every single one-liner, and by extension, every one-liner inducing moment. He will always have a setup to like make a really cool reference, and it's really funny when he does it.
It's very funny. It's a funnier character than we've ever had.
Yeah. Wide Duke Nukem is also presented in ultra widescreen, and a lot of the other characters on this list are presented in 16:9 at best.
Yeah, or even 4:3.
Yeah. And you hate to see a 4:3. But ultra wide Duke Nukem definitely has it going on. I might make a video about Duke Nukem at some point, but I don't think it'll be as wide. Maybe regular with Duke. All right, moving up to SS tier.
We're getting into some strong boys now.
Yeah, girls. like we had a lot of strong stuff going on for this, but now strength is. This is true strength right here.
Yeah, this is the world of strength we're entering.
Yeah. I recognize quite a few here, but what's this third guy here?
Oh, it's, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it.
We're this far into the video.
Yeah, alright. Well, if I go missing, you know why. So this is Minecraft Adachi. He is rumored to exist, and by rumored, I mean he totally does. He's like the fucking Flatwoods monster. Like, he's real. Minecraft Adachi, absolutely the most dangerous threat in Minecraft and in real life. Mm-hmm. If you encounter him, just run away. He is unstoppable.
Mm-hmm. If you're playing Minecraft and you hear, like, in the background, like, besides your pig step record, and you hear someone say, bitch, bitch, bitch.
Yeah, if you start hearing weird slurs in Minecraft, just be wary. It could be him.
You might want to close your game and your computer.
Yeah.
And close your eyes.
Yeah, just go to bed at that point.
Yeah. We have Golden Mega Gargamon. Now, in Digimon Frontier, there are 2 races, but that's a load of shit. There are 3 races. There's the human-type Digimon, the beast-type Digimon, and then there's what Golden Mega Gargamon controls, which is the machine-type Digimon. This is where stuff like Kagurumon or like Garurumon, and even some Royal Knights like Omnimon and Alphamon are. If you keep up with Digimon, you know how crazy the power levels there get. Like, I heard someone try to do a death battle between a Pokemon and a Digimon once, and it was just a stomp. Like, that 10-year-old didn't stand a chance. But Golden Mega Gargamon, shown here in his basic form and not his dark enhanced form, controls everything that you could not classify as a animal or a human. And that's just a very big domain.
That's a lot of things.
Filled with a lot of concepts and a lot of, like, metal. And if you look at Digimon, there is a lot of metal being thrown around. Like, for the absolute control he has over his big domain, I think he deserves SS tier. This one, we actually had to revise the tier list at the last minute.
Yeah, this was an emergency edition.
Yeah. Prior to this, we had Vegito Blue on here, but now we realize that the true owner of the SS tier is Strength Videl. Can you tell them what her passive is, so that way they get a good idea?
Yeah, sure. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
So it's quite the passive.
Yeah, it's a really long one. We must apologize. We could not memorize this in time because of how short notice this was.
Yeah, of course. So her passive is Brilliant Effort. Attack and defense 158%. High chance of evading enemy attacks, including super attacks, until the character attacks. Plus an additional attack 58% when attacking. Attacks effective against all types within the same turn after evading an attack. Plus an additional attack 58% within the same turn after receiving an attack. Launches an additional super attack as the first or second attacker in a turn, plus an additional 58% and high chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, as the third attacker in a turn.
And this does not even include her active skill, the Complicated Mind of a Maiden.
Yes, or her unit super attack.
Yeah. She's able to activate her active skill 4 turns after the fight has started, when there's a character whose name includes Gohan, Chain, Ultimate Gohan, Exploding Majin Buu, or Great Saiyaman, only Gohan variants, on the team. It gives her a permanent attack plus 20%, but defense minus 20%. And her unit super attack, which greatly raises her attack and raises defense for 1 turn, and greatly lowers enemy defense. Now, lowering defense is a big deal in real life.
Yeah.
But what really puts her above Vegito is her attack per turn, which is much higher. There are some deniers out there trying to denounce Vidal's strength by saying that she will be surrounded by people who are much weaker than like Saiyans like Burger. But I think that Vidal can easily carry the team with her SS ranking. And lastly, we have Dark Rants with Senkets. Now, in Rants 10 Part 2, currently not translated, Dark Rants obtains a balance breaker piece of equipment, being Senkets. And this is something that the church has been trying to like hide from us for the entirety of the Rant series because of its balance breaker status. Like even Ludo and Planner fear it. Dark Rants has perfect synchronization with it. He can wear it no problem without a hint of shame. Now, granted, that is without a hint of shame. We do need to crop it to just the facial portrait here, just for decency, common decency. Yeah, I can't believe we thought Demon King Rants was a big deal when we had Blastoise over here.
Yeah, dude, he was just, lurking, waiting for us to realize his power.
Yeah. I guess it's just my lack of knowledge on Japanese at the time that I wasn't able to include this. So, apologies. SSS tier. Are you allowed to show that?
I believe so.
Did you remove the mimetic kill agent?
Yes,
on that image?
I did a seance and I got rid of the evil virus that lurks within this image.
All right, because the SCP Foundation has been trying to contain this thing for a while.
Yeah,
and I'm afraid if this is a breakout.
It should be fine. I believe it's in a non-hostile state.
Okay. Okay. What? Go into this.
Yeah, sure. So. This is the Araki donut image. It's the only thing on here that isn't really a character, it's just a picture. Meti actually has a great video on why this image is so dangerous. Because it contains a super mega death virus that if you even look at it, it will infect your computer and kill you.
Yeah. And it, not only that, but you don't know when it's going to trigger. Like, you might think that you're safe because, I'm looking at my computer. I'm not seeing anything turn on. But that's the thing. It has an absolute element of surprise on you. And given how many of these characters are being rendered on a computer right now,
they're all at risk.
Yeah, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies just looking at this.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. Yes, let us move on before it gets us.
Yeah, this is Lee's ass Ninja Fortnite. We warned about the dangers of Adachi in Minecraft earlier, but and a lot of Minecraft's power comes from Minecraft's fame and place in the public consciousness. Mm-hmm. But Fortnite has started to completely supplant what Minecraft once was. Do you even remember the lyrics to Revenge, that Minecraft song parody?
I do.
No, you don't. But do you remember?
You're right, I don't actually.
Yeah. But do you remember the lyrics to the Fortnite song parody, Chug Jug with You?
Oh my god, I do.
Yeah. Fortnite rose from nothing to become something greater. Fortnite is even strong enough to defeat Apple products in real life. It was too strong for the iOS store to handle, and even Steve Jobs had to kneel before it.
Yeah, he did.
From his kingdom
his fucking tomb.
Yeah, I think that Ninja, Ninja as the embodiment of the Fortnite, combined with the power of a game with an anime art style. I think that this multiplied up to SSS tier.
Yeah, definitely not to be trifled with.
Yeah. And lastly, in SSS tier, we have Pokemon X. Now, Pokemon X's power is a bit hard to grasp without the use of several substances.
Yeah.
Pokemon X's origins are linked heavily to hallucinogenics and alcohol. And, like, for our own safety, we aren't going to try to quantify its power.
Yeah, it's just too dangerous to try and calculate. We would have to, like, smoke a weed or something to even try to describe it.
Yeah. I think the only one who can... Actually, I don't think anyone on this tier list can properly perceive Pokemon X, except for Cheeto Man and Joker 2019 with his gang weed.
Yeah.
The fact that he can't be perceived by anyone else really sets him apart.
Yeah, how are they going to deal with him? They cannot enter the drug trance state of mind to combat him.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they do, that means they've entered his domain, the crack world.
Don't call it him though. Remember.
Right, excuse me. It's a her.
Yeah, Pokemon X is a her. Next up in SSSS tier, 4S tier, we have the Holy Cometa.
Yeah.
This is a hard counter to any drug-based powers.
Yes, anybody who derives their power from sinful activities or evil intent will be instantly defeated by his love of Jesus. Araki Donut, evil intent doesn't work. Fucking Adachi doesn't work. Duke Nukem smoking and says bad words, that won't work.
Mega Gargamon, that he believes in Digivolution, that won't work.
Yeah, sinful.
Yeah. Virgil, not being pro-life, that won't work. Just, it's a very hard counter to deal with.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't want to start up a conversation with Cometa normally. So, like, throw, like, some religious intent onto that. It's just very hard to parse.
Yeah, most competitors would rather just avoid him completely, which counts as a win for him.
Yeah, because as we spoke with Clayman in his car, like, attendance is everything.
Yeah.
Next up is Rant's Quest custom character Ricky Rotten. Ricky Rotten has a unique... he represents all that is exploitive in systems. Ricky Rotten wields a musket, which normally can only be fired once. However, by picking up a stone and throwing it, he is able to bypass this limitation set by his gun and throw a rock at intense force. By throwing the first stone, he is able to access every other form of unintention. And unintent is something that's very, very important. Like, I don't intend to lose, but he controls that unintent, so I'm losing this.
Yeah, it's similar to Red Experience Requiem when you think about it, just so much better.
Yeah. Like, the more abstract you get with it, the more you gotta really put your thinking on. And of course, we don't think here, but because we perceived Joker 2019, we're stuck with that.
Yeah.
We took the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Next up, we have Mortal Kombat character Dewey.
Yep.
Tell me about Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey. So I'm sure we all remember the hit anime Malcolm in the Middle, aired in the early 2000s. And Dewey especially set himself apart as being one of the most dangerous and powerful anime characters ever made. Look at that menacing glare he's given. He could kill you just by thinking about you.
Yeah, I am not entirely familiar with looks like that. I don't see a lot of people, but seeing that, it's striking some fear.
I wouldn't even fight him. Him and religious Kamido, those are the two you don't want to even associate with.
Yeah. I do know that Dewey is possibly the strongest member of Malcolm's family.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like Francis, kind of a jobber. Reese, has sort of like an Okuyasu problem.
Yeah, he has potential, but
yeah. Dewey has shown results.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Sheriff Callie. I'm gonna be honest. We're both simping here, right?
Absolutely.
We want to put her on the list, so we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there is a lore reason why she is this high up. Is because she's not only is she the Grim Reaper, but she's also the Sheriff of Death.
Yeah.
So she can both claim souls and change the laws of like the afterlife. And just kill you, like, not even by doing anything. Like, if she wanted to, fucking Araki Donut could just be, like, a dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something else to note about Sheriff Callie. She is a top charting. She has more, like, hits than anyone else on this tier list.
There's no other accomplished musical artists on here. Except for TikTok Nico.
Yeah. But, like, those are TikTok hits.
Yeah,
like,
those don't really count.
People only really hear 30 seconds of it, so...
Yeah.
They know the chorus, they don't know the full song. That brings us to the highest tier of all.
Yes.
The SSSSS tier. And we start off with a bang, Cardcaptor Sakura. Now, I'm gonna be real with you here. I have seen like 5 episodes of Cardcaptor Sakura, and like you've seen how many?
I've seen about as many. I'd say I've seen about maybe 7 or 8.
From what I've seen, I think Sakura could beat both Usagi and Madoka in a fight. Like just like a fist-on brawl.
Yeah.
And that's his 11-year-old Sakura. If we aged her up to be 14-year-old like those two, it's no contest.
It's over.
Yeah, and Madoka, very powerful. Like her influence reaches like throughout time. She is a concept. You shouldn't be able to beat her because she has no form anymore. But Sakura would beat her in a fist fight. So like based off of the 5 episodes of Cardcaptor Sakura I've seen, I'm saying it quintuple S tier.
Yeah, one of the strongest characters ever. And that's just based on 10 episodes or less, you know?
Yeah. Like, if we saw more episodes, we'd only see more feats that she has. Next up, we have Inquisitive Nozomi.
Yes.
Why Inquisitive
All right,
Nozomi?
that is, you know what? You asked the question, why? And Inquisitive Nozomi is wondering the same thing. I bet a lot of these characters have never even wondered why. And that gives her access to an extremely, a powerful state of mind where she thinks about things.
Only really accessed by Joker, but I think that she's questioning more than Joker is.
Yeah, she's entered a greater state of wondering.
Yeah. Joker has observed, and he's come to a conclusion. Inquisitive Nozomi is still thinking about it and can reach a greater state from that.
Yeah.
And lastly, we have the Wizard, who has all the powers of John Cena and also all the powers of a wizard. Like, he has magic. He could pull a rabbit out of a hat. He could pull the rabbit out of a hat. Like, I think that when the Wizard makes his WWE debut, things are gonna get very interesting. I think they might bring. I think his first booking is to bring back another classic WWE character, God.
Yeah.
And
they can finally have their destined battle.
Yeah, much like with Sakura, I'm putting my money on the Wizard.
Yeah, I think the Wizard is without a doubt one of the strongest. I mean, he can do magic.
Yeah, I can't see like throughout this entire list. Do any other characters here use magic?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I bet the Wizard could use magic and shatter Holy Kamida's like religious views, and then he would be like, oh shit, wait a minute, magic exists.
Now granted, he is sharing a tier list with another magic user, being the magical girl Sakura.
Yeah.
But like that they are both magic. And like I think that if Sakura and the wizard were to get in the ring, I think the 14-year-old, I think that the
I think
14-year-old
she would fucking
might have some
body
trouble.
slam him into oblivion.
You're right.
His
There's a reason why
magic
Sa-
might be superior, but she has more physical strength.
Yeah, like she rollerblades.
It's true.
All right, I feel confident about this list.
Yeah, I'd say this one is pretty solid. You know, last time we kind of flubbed up, but how are we supposed to know how much power scaling would evolve in the past few years?
We brought in 2 experts on this too.
That's
Like
right.
we brought in outside help, so you can't say that we didn't like look into other opinions here.
Yeah.
This was a completely unbiased power level chart. If there's anyone you think we missed, feel free to comment it, and we'll tell you why they don't belong on the tier list.
Yeah, we'll debunk you.
Yeah, we'll debunk you by like pitting them against like Burger or Sakura or like Joker.
Yeah, I'm sure some idiot's gonna roll up and be like, what about Superman? Okay, what about Dewey?
I think that's the ending right there.
I think so as well.
What about Dewey?